Welcome back to Time to Buy or Sell. Today we are taking a close look at the West Sacramento housing market. If you have been thinking about moving, selling, or planning your next step in this area, this breakdown will give you a clear picture of what is going on right now and what to expect moving forward. So let's just jump right in and unpack the big headline for West Sacramento single-family homes.
Right. So the median sale price is currently sitting around $503,000, and that's as of October 2025.
Okay, 503 Ks. And compared to last year, that's a pretty big dip, isn't it?
It is. It's roughly a 10% decline year over year.
10%. That sounds intense. So what prevents this from being called a full-blown crash?
It's all about transaction volume, or, the lack of it.
Okay.
Sales volume just dropped sharply. We're talking over 41% year over year.
Wow.
And what's really fascinating here is that the high interest rates are creating this sort of double filter.
A double filter. How so?
Well, they're sidelining buyers, of course, but they're also discouraging existing homeowners from selling and giving up their low rate.
Got it. So that lack of movement, that actually stops the market from going into a free fall.
Exactly. The analysis points firmly to a significant correction, but forecasts are showing stability. A flattening market into early next year, with modest growth returning after this necessary reset.
Okay, so if prices are correcting and the market's cooling down, the advantage should be swinging pretty decisively toward the buyer, right?
Yes, but you have to understand the nuances of it. While we're seeing buyer energy return, inventory is still really tight. We're only seeing about 42 active listings.
42. So it technically keeps it a seller's market.
Technically, yes. It scores about 67 out of 100 on the competitive scale, but the real story is that the clock is just ticking much slower now.
And that slow clock, that's the real advantage for a buyer.
That's it. Homes are just sitting around longer. The median days on market, so the time a house waits for an offer is 39 days.
And that's up from what, last year?
Up from 27 days last year. So that's your breathing room. It gives you, 5 to 6 weeks to shop without that pressure of having to make a snap decision.
Breathing room means negotiation power. So what are the key stats that a smart buyer should be focused on right now to land a good deal?
Look really closely at the list price. The sale-to-list price ratio is about 98%.
Meaning homes are selling just a little bit under asking.
A shade under, yeah. But more critically, 60% of recent sales actually closed below the list price.
60%. Okay, that's a big number.
It is. And nearly half of all active listings, about 45%, have had a price reduction. So if you're an informed buyer, you should be focusing your attention on those homes. They're ripe for a smart lower offer.
That brings us to the other side of the coin. What's the strategy for sellers? I mean, if bidding wars are rare, you can't just overprice and wait anymore, can you?
Absolutely not. Strategic pricing is your new staging. It's that important.
No, overpricing is just a guaranteed price drop later on.
It is. Given how sensitive buyers are right now, only about 25% of homes are still managing to sell above list price. That's way down from 40% a year ago.
So what's the advice?
Sellers need to focus intensely on presentation. Move-in, ready condition, impeccable staging. You have to do everything you can to capture one of those few good offers.
Now, we know West Sacramento isn't just one single market. If someone is looking for a deal versus, say, prioritizing a certain lifestyle, how does the map break down?
That's the key takeaway, really. If you're a first-time buyer looking for affordability and you want to be close to downtown Sacramento, you should look north.
To areas like Broderick and Bright.
Exactly. They have a lower entry point with a median value around $385,000. And we're seeing some exciting revitalization there through these infill projects.
Infill. So they're building new homes in existing neighborhoods.
That's right. Modern new construction like the 440 West development in the Washington district, it's really changing the feel of the area.
Okay, then you have the premium side to the south.
Exactly. You go down to Southport, especially at places like Bridgeway Lakes and Westlake, and you'll see much higher values. They're hovering near that $565,000 to $590,000 range.
And what's driving that premium?
It's almost entirely driven by newer construction. The median home there was built around 2005, and its reputation for really well-regarded schools, like Bridgeway Island Elementary.
And looking forward, that forecast of stability, it seems to be backed up by some major development plans that could boost long-term value.
It certainly is. The South Side is getting the Yarborough Master Plan, which is slated to bring 548 new single-family homes. That's going to shape future supply.
And what about infrastructure?
Yeah, you can't forget that. Long-term projects like the planned I Street Bridge replacement and major flood control improvements, those are expected to boost property values for everyone, especially near the riverfront. It really reinforces the long-term investment viability of the whole area.
That wraps up today's update on the West Sacramento market. If you need help finding a home, want to talk about selling, or want more information about this area, call us at 916-619-1971 or visit us at wrspg.com. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.